go. Check it out. No elementals. I can appreciate this. We got Chaos versus Chaos on Forest. You won't believe it. 2 crawlers and 2 miners, both sides. We'll see how the crawler game goes. Who's gonna go for bombers first? All that exciting stuff. Deads, wings, Marokai, BM. Who knows? Anything is possible. It does look like OFE will take like 0.1 of the tower. So he got those Qs first. He is not gonna get that split. SirKomcision isn't splitting either though. SirKomcision. Both still going crawlers right now. One of OFE's crawlers, or 2 of them now, are actually getting eaten up pretty hard. And that one's actually pretty close. He's gonna have to send that back for a little bit. Ooh, he has 2 that are close, actually. SirKomcision's winning this tower battle right now. He does bait his crawlers with that unhealthy one, but he does pull it away, so it's all good. Now it looks like neither of them are gonna... Alright, no. SirKomcision started the bombs. Resistance not too far behind. Oh, no, he already does have a bomb. My bad. And a bomb blew up over here against 1 crawler. Waste of a bomb. Good for our OFE. Bad for SirKomcision. All those crawlers, it's like you can't group them with that bomb. And he tried to bait the bomb again. It didn't work. However, this bomb could be pivotal if he kills it. Yeah, he does kill it, and he also does manage to blast a bomber. Blast a crawler. However, OFE does lose a crawler, and he gets no benefit out of that. So, it's actually working for SirKomcision right now. That bomb was good. This next one could be great if he doesn't split, and the bombers will cancel out, so nothing will happen. SirKomcision on a 2nd row already. No mana. Or he's starting now. And OFE is also starting now. So pretty similar mana timings. These 2 bombers could be doing some work. I don't really know if bombing the Chaos Miner was a good idea since they got that regen. OFE losing his crawlers. And no benefit out of that. So it's actually looking pretty beneficial for SirKomcision, but OFE does get the miner hustle right now. And I'm going to assume he'd be going deads. I would be assuming incorrectly. He will be going wings. And SirKomcision? No, he will be going alright. Deads it is. He does have 200 mana now, so I don't know what he's going to do with that. He might invest into an early Medusa or something fancy like that. SirKomcision keeping those crawlers alive, whereas OFE has let a lot of them die. It's not insignificant. That is DPS. And it looks like OFE really is going to go for the Medusa, which is actually not bad at all. Because SirKomcision is going to be going for deads too, and he's going to get those crawler upgrades. Those crawler upgrades are going to eat alive that Medusa and his deads. OFE can already get like another Medusa with the amount of mana he has. Is he going to be doing that? He might be. Either that or he needs to get people off mana because that's too much. Yeah, that's not the time to make a miner. Yeah, there's the Medusa. I will assume there's going to probably be a dead coming out afterwards. But he needs to drop some miners off of mana and get them on gold because he has way too much mana to know what to do with right now. SirKomcision's being a little bit more not as mana heavy as OFE. However, he is about to get those crawler upgrades, which will inflict serious damage onto OFE's 1 dead. Those bombers will cancel out. And now it's time to press in, I think. SirKomcision definitely has the advantage. Poison Guts are about to come in. Resistance, he's just getting more mana. It's too much mana. You need to really get some miners off of there. Like, he might be going for another Medusa. I mean, alright, that Medusa will kill that jug, so it will have value within it. And there is charge to help nullify those crawlers, followed by bombers. And he let that Medusa live, so he has to run back and clip it, which means OFE's second Medusa won't be as injured. That crawler should finish the job right there. Quad kill. Very well done. And there's a dead snipe, and those jugs are just going to kill those deads. You can't do anything about it. OFE might be going for another Medusa, because he still has so much mana. He's playing a very mana-heavy setup, even though he is only going deads. Like, it's a little bit more justified if you go Eclipsers, since every ranged unit's 50 extra mana, but he's not even doing that. He's just doing like 1 dead right now, which is not enough to justify that much mana. He's already closing in on the population cap, and it looks like he will fill the rest of the population with deads, and I don't know what he's going to do with the mana. Maybe get some passives, maybe get a tower spawn. Who knows? There's so many options. SirKomcision getting a Medusa of his own, 2 of them now. OFE doing exactly what I just said. Called it. I would assume the Venom Flux would be coming in, but it's not as necessary as you would think, because it's not really going to affect those deads too much. And there goes his jugs. Now he has nothing to defend his deads with. However, that Medusa is not even going to kill the Medusa, so for now that was wasted. OFE is sending minor sacrifices now for more population. And it looks like he is preparing to stone his Medusa. Yeah, there we go. He has 3 Medusas now. Still so much mana to spare, and it looks like he's going to start just clipping those jugs and those deads. That Medusa will kill his Medusa. No, he targets a different Medusa. That was a super bad play, because now OFE still has all 3 of his Medusas. SirKomcision has nothing to back up his Medusa and deads, because those jugs just get insta-killed. And OFE's just stacking passives, but it's like, you can't really buy anything anyway, dude. I would start investing in giant growths and sacrificing some stuff for a giant or tower spawn too. Looks like he's gonna let a Medusa get poisoned pretty hard, but not too bad. And OFE actually just realized he didn't have poison guts. So maybe that's why he had so much mana, because he wasn't using them for poison. Well, that was a minor misplay, because he still does have the advantage even with that mess up on the poison guts. He does have them now though, and that tower spawn came in just in time. However, that dead will most likely die. Yeah, so that dead dies. He did get a dead clip. However, OFE has 4 Medusas at this point, 1 coming out of the gate right now, 3 on the battlefield, and he just keeps stoning his deads and jugs. There's nothing you can really do about that. Those are insta-kills. And now that Medusa's, I don't know what it wants to do. It's going to probably kill a dead, or it'll kill nothing. And that Medusa suicided, unfortunately. And OFE's army is starting to dwindle, actually. He's playing very, very aggressive. He should be getting a giant right now, because he can afford that. There you go. Should see some giant growth coming in soon, because giants won't be that effective without it. There you go. And that dead does get clipped. However, SirKomcision's pressing in when he really should not be. And he's going to lose quite a few deads due to that. And when I said quite a few, I meant all of them. He's just going to get absolutely destroyed right now. And that Medusa's going to get stoned, it looks like. Or no. It's not stoned. Instead, he goes for the jug. Which is questionable, because now SirKomcision still has his dead. I mean, still has his Medusa available. However, OFE does have the Medusas and the deads to continuously damage him. And every time he just kills that jug, It just leaves his deads exposed again. And it looks like he was trying to stone Ophi's Medusa, but he did get it out of the way. And he will instead settle for a dead. However, he does have another Medusa. That Medusa should live due to the auto regen. There you go. And now Ophi has a giant to tank for his deads, and then there's no way to come out of that. So good game. However, Ophi majority of the time was taking over that game. Even though he did have those crawler losses early game, he did a very mana heavy build and was able to just stream Medusas until SirKomcision couldn't handle it anymore. A counter to that would have been to also stream Medusas. I don't really know if he can counter that exactly. But yeah, that's game 1 of this series. We can move on to number 2. See what's up in the chat. Nice chaos gameplay. Uh-oh, choke might be real. Yeah, you guys are actually pretty active in the chat right now. We got 8 watching. It's not too much, but you know, what are you gonna do? Let's see. So Crazy J should probably be ready in 1 or 2 more matches. We shall see. Like, even just getting him in at all is pretty cool, I think. His schedule just didn't work out for him to participate because he also wanted to play, but that's unfortunate. Okay. So, we have moved to Desert, however, Empires is still the same. Alright, and here we go. So we're seeing outside splits from OFE and insides from SirKomcision. Ah, that name. It's so good. Alright, we're going to see. Maybe one of the players will go for bombs earlier this time to switch it up and play more aggressive. Or maybe they'll go crawler heavy. It's up in the air. SirKomcision not getting his splits while OFE is able to do it. And he will not get that split. So both players not being too good with their splits right now. SirKomcision more or less than OFE, however. And now it's just the crawler game. Looks like OFE is losing the crawler game. But, you know, he started taking tower, which is not bad. Let's see. Who's going to go for the first bomber? And it's SirKomcision with a 1-minute bomber. Very aggressive play. He doesn't get anything out of that. Or he might kill it. Yeah, he gets a crawler kill, so that was beneficial, but it's not as beneficial as it could have been. And he's actually going to lose a crawler. So that trade was kind of nullified. And if this lives, that was actually a very negative trade. And it was a very negative trade indeed. SirKomcision's actually falling behind now because he's not getting those snipes on those bomber kills, and that's 75 gold for no gold. And he's just gonna check out what's going on with that bomber. That one crawler not worth it, but he does spend the bomber on it, and that was a bad trade. 150 gold for 100. It's just a series of bad trades going back and forth. Not really sure what to do. That was a really good bomb. Ophi just wasn't prepared for that. And he will maintain tower. That crawler will die though. That was a positive trade. And looks like nothing will happen there. I mean, those miners got injured, but they're going to regen pretty fast. And that bomber kill kills the crawler to demonstrate a positive trade. And ooh, that's going to be a very close call. That's going to die, I think. Yeah. Positive trade for SirKomcision right now. We're seeing some very intense crawler play. You might be going for miner hustle or a dead right now. Or a jug. Or it's miner hustle, and I think he should be getting a dead now because getting a ranged unit out during a crawler skirmish is a very good way to solidify your tower. And that crawler is so close. He does keep it alive though, and that bomber is gonna get wasted. That was a very bad trade. Uh-oh. That was an even worse trade. Ophi is soiling it right now. He had whatever advantage he just had is no longer there. And he is going for wings, and so is circumcision. He's going to get it out even faster, actually. So things are not looking too good for OFE right now. He looks like he might be going for early Medusa again, but he cancels it. Now he just has a bunch of mana. He's going for the wing instead. I don't know what he's going to spend all that mana on. Probably a Medusa, but he might just stream wings. Who knows? And Circumcision should have blown up that wing when he had the chance. He could have gotten the kill. He blew up nothing. There might have been lag that factored into that, but he did blow up nothing. It was a very negative trade. And Ophi's gonna almost kill that wing, but it will survive. I would suspect a Medusa would be coming out right now. But he is going to go for Tower Spawn instead. And Tower Spawn is not insignificant. Getting a Jug out right away to continue the pressure is pretty good, plus his own Jug. And let's see. He has that Jug forward just in case of any ambush. And he's going to wait till that Tower Spawn comes in, then he's going to press in with a pretty significant threat. Circumcision does have bombers, but one of them is going to get sniped. One of them will be successful and actually cause problems for Ophi. He does waste that bomber on the Jug, but he wanted to use those on the wings. And Circumcision is going to get a wing snipe, it looks like. Yeah, he did snipe a wing. And he's winning this middle tower fight right now. That bomber could cause problems, but he misses. He misses it. The wings survive. Uh-oh. Things are not looking good for OFE right now. Circumcision is going to press in. He has so many wings, he has so many tanks, and he has nothing. The Medusa is going to be way too late to be able to do anything. That wing almost got sniped, but it lives on. He could snipe it if he wanted to at any time, though. And it looks like he's going to be going for it. That was another wasted bomber. And there's another wing snipe. That was not a very good trade. That Medusa stoned like the weakest wing. And there's another minus snipe. His economy is just getting harassed to death, and he can't do anything about it because he has no tanks. If he went deads, he might have been able to do a little more about it, since the poison would just tear up the wings. But he does have 2 Jugs, and that would... It looks like he is switching up to deads, but you have so much mana, I don't know why you're doing that. Like, you gotta commit. Like, it's kind of a rough transition if you're swapping mid-game. And it looks like he might be going for another Medusa right now since he has so much mana. And it looks like he's not doing anything. No, he goes for another dead, so now he has 900 mana and nothing to do with it. Yeah, he went for the mana heavy build, but he's not being mana heavy right now. Despite going wings. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be game for OFE, and Circumcision will take the win here. Which is very surprising. And he will back up to reassure that he is not throwing. And he throws the next poison pool to ensure nothing can be done. That Medusa's sniped, and that was like the nail in the coffin. Or like the 5th nail in the coffin, I think. And yep, that is game 2. It's 1-1. Very intense stuff. Alright, let's hide that. Let's see what's going on in the chat. The poison, though. True. Black Ops 30,001 did not show up. He probably forgot, to be honest. And I didn't feel like reminding him 5 in the morning since we got a different time zone, so I just kind of left it. Let's see. Well, we got 12 viewers. It's not terrible. Let's see. Got a message from Crazy Joy. Not Jay. And this will be the third and final game. We're going to see who takes home the win, and it continues on. Alright, one sec. Alright. Here we are. And it is still Chaos versus Chaos. OFE opted to come to gates. And we can just begin right now. So OFE's been like mixing up his splits every game. Now he's doing one in, one out. And SirKomcision keeping it up with his inside splits, which is what I prefer to do personally. And we'll see if he gets the splits this time. He will not. He likes to tap these gold mines, I guess. That's a little weird. And not effective. So OFE will have temporary economic gain. Once again, he doesn't follow through with his splits. Both sides targeting a crawler, but OFE does have the advantage because, ooh, that was a good animation cancel there. We don't see too many animation cancels going on against crawlers versus crawlers. We see more of a targeting battle. And that was a pretty good cancel right there, actually. And that crawler is just being targeted. He's going to have to lay off. And OFE sitting on gold for a little bit, but nothing too terrible. And the crawler is out, and the crawler gets a snipe. OFE went for early bombers as well, but he wasted that bomber because that's going to live. So that was a net, like, 175 loss for him. Or no, 125 loss, because he lost a crawler and he lost a bomber. But SirKomcision also lost a bomber. And you can see that was a wasted bomber, but OFE pushed in, so the crawler actually did die. And we see 2 bombers coming out from OFE. Probably time to tap into mana since he's getting so much gold. He can go for an early dead or something fancy like that. Right now he's just spamming 1, 2, and 6. Ooh, we got the 2-for-1 deal against OFE. 75 gold for 150, not the best trade to be on the 150 side of, but you know. And that was another wasted bomber. OFE is just not connecting with his crawlers right now. I mean his bombers. And he's just losing things. And he could have gotten one more poke at that crawler, but he didn't, so it will live. That's another wasted bomber. That bomber is going to get poked to death. That was another wasted bomber. He has to start improving his bomb. Like, there's nothing to bomb here. I don't know what he's trying to do. That was a wasted bomber as well. He's wasted like 500 golden bombers almost. He is getting minor hustle though to facilitate his economy, but no ranged units, and he's stacking up a high amount of mana again. And so is SirKomcision this time. He might be going for an early Medusa. Let's see. However, he does not even have minor hustle in sight, so OFE does have an economical advantage. He just started researching it, so OFE will get like a 30 seconds or so economic boost. That was a pretty good bomb, but once again, it's not going to do anything. So he's just wasting more and more bombs. However, the tower has been uncontested like almost the whole match, so that's pretty well played by OFE. He's not letting him keep the tower even with the advantage. Well, he just gave it to him right there, but, you know, that dead gets nothing. That was a wasted bomb. I don't know what that was, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. OFE going for the Medusa, he can already afford another one. He needs to chill out with the mana. It's too much. So now he has 500 mana and nothing to do with it. He has one dead. One dead with Poison Guts won't take up that much mana. And that dead is like dead. Because those crawlers could kill it, but he's not sending the crawlers. Let's see, how close are his crawler upgrades to being done? Yeah, he could increase the amount of damage and snipe that dead, but he's not doing it. He's He's respecting that bomber way too much. It's only one bomber, it's not going to do enough. He could snipe all this stuff with the amount of crawlers he has right now. Which admittedly isn't that much. He could keep stacking it. But that's a lot of crawlers, especially crawlers with the upgrades are just really powerful. He's just not utilizing what he needs to right now. Those jugs aren't even a problem, really. I think he's trying to keep the fact that they're upgraded hidden until right now where he presses in. But he needs to press it, he needs to counter right now. So yeah, there goes his crawlers with upgrades. They're going to kill that Medusa, it looks like. As expected. And now he's going to go after the deads. He should go after the deads. He's not. He's going to let them all get bombed. And that will be the end of his crawlers upgrade shenanigans, and it turned out to not really work out too much. It's actually, I think, a negative trade for SirKomcision, especially that bomb. That bomb was like really good. And now Ophi he has the tanks, he has the bombs, he has the Medusa. He doesn't have a jug in sight to help facilitate continuing the push. So SirKomcision will take tower from him, but only for a moment, as he gets a jug already, so he's ready for it. He does not have charge. He's probably going to make another Medusa right now. No, he'll just get a passive. Okay. He's not investing into mana units with his mana heavy build enough. Even though he does kind of have an advantage right now, but he's slowly losing it because he's not building those powerful units that need to be built. And that Medusa will live, so for now that was useless. Especially with another jug coming in. It's gonna snipe his dead. It's actually looking very bad for OFE right now. He's gonna have to pull a hat trick out to come back from this. And that Medusa's gonna get sniped though. That was a aggressive Medusa that kind of worked out, but also ended up dying as well. And just another jug to tank. He's just not giving OFE a break. There's another snipe on his one jug. He's kind of dead now. Let's see. What can he do? What can he do? Well, the population is very similar. SirKomcision has dead advantage, I think. That dead could get sniped, actually. I think it's going to get sniped. Yeah, that was a good snipe, but not enough. That was a little weird. So yeah, that Medusa kills his jug. And now Ophi is stacking Medusas, just like last game. He does get that tower spawn, which will allow him to escape risk-free. But he's actually going to press back in with his small count of Medusas and deads. I don't know. It's a little questionable. But we'll see. Yeah, he's just sniping the deads with his Medusas. And SirKomcision didn't move forward with his Medusa fast enough, so he's not going to get anything out of that. And now the dead count is slowly dwindling because he's not replacing the deads fast enough. He's losing them faster than he's replacing them. And that tower spawn just keeps supporting OFE in his aggressive Medusa play. And he can just keep pressing in again and again. And those deads are actually very weak, so the poison's going to start hitting really hard. And it's actually going to start taking them out pretty fast. And there was no point in getting the poison pool, I think, because it's not going to do anything against his deads. And then every jug just keeps getting stoned. Also, what's pretty interesting is every stone defaults the head, apparently. Don't know why it does that. But yeah, Ophi was able to turn it around. I feel like Circumcision had it, he just did not capitalize on what he had at that moment, and he allowed Ophi to come back with the superior economy. So good game. And OFE will continue on.